Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home. Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home. Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home. The Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered. The Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered. It's over. The football has been fumbled. We are less than a week away from the Callisto Protocol, and Glenn has fumbled the football. As again, the Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered. It's so incredibly sad, folks at home. Believe me, it's so incredibly sad. The cracks are indeed starting to show with the Callisto Protocol. But you want to sit there and go, well, wait a minute, Michael. What you talking about there, buddy? Hell, you ain't nothing but a clown. Who's the damn clown? We expose the reality of cyberpunk. We tell it like it is over here, and it's quite obvious, it's quite apparent that Glenn has fumbled the football on his first outing. Folks at home, that's what's happening here. The Callisto Protocol is nothing but slop on the bottom of the waste bin. That's right, folks at home. The Callisto Protocol is nothing but slop on the bottom of the waste bin. And you guys want to sit there and go, wait a minute, Michael. I got this motherfucker pre-ordered, Michael. And I'm going to keep it pre-ordered. That's fantastic. Let's get a round of applause. Let's get a round of applause for the folks at home that are going to be wasting their hard-earned money on this garbage. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, when EA is ready to pull that curtain back, folks at home, that's right. When EA is ready to pull that curtain back, folks at home, with the Dead Space remake coming in January, no one is going to remember, oh yeah, no one is going to remember the Callisto Protocol. That's right, folks at home. Why do you think EA is quiet right about now? They're ready to unload. And when they unload, the Callisto Protocol is going to be forgotten about. And again, it didn't just die. It was murdered, and it's so incredibly sad. Folks at home, it's time to find your seat. The projector has begun here. It is literally snowing out here, folks at home. It is literally snowing out here, folks at home. And what that means is that we're broadcasting in unprecedented circumstances out here. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, do you see these Callisto Protocol fanboys coming out of the woodwork to say, well, Michael, what you talking about? They don't want to come out of the woodwork. They're too busy in their parents' basement. They're too busy on Reddit. They're too busy on Reset Era. They're too busy on Twitter shilling this game day in and day out, when we damn well know that the EA Dead Space remake coming in January, the EA Dead Space remake coming in January is going to hit that home run. It is literally snowing out here. It is literally raining out here. The computer is going to go haywire at any moment, folks at home. This is unbelievable. Folks at home, I'm calling Talking Ben because you're not listening. I'm calling Talking Ben because you're not listening, and it's so incredibly sad. So we're going to have to call Talking Ben, and we're going to have to see what Talking Ben has to say about the Callisto Protocol. is the Callisto Protocol game of the year. Is Glenn Schofield hot?
No. Through Super Chat. Michael, stop making us depressed. You hate on her life.
Why don't you come out here and do this fucking show? I'm out here in snow putting on a show for these simpletons. Why don't you get a job and get a life? Because you know what? You're a slave to me and my show. You're here watching me. What does that say about you, you stupid idiot? Why don't you go buy this game 5 more times? Why don't you go buy this game 5 more times and make Glenn happy, okay? Why don't you buy this game 5 more times and make Glenn happy? That's what you need to do. Sit there and consume mindlessly. Sit there and consume mindlessly. It's so incredibly sad. They don't want to listen, and it's so incredibly sad. I am literally streaming until this damn thing shuts off. I don't care if it breaks, because these 4 fanboys need to know and understand that this game didn't just die. It was murdered. The Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered. But you want to sit there and you want to go, stop! You stupid idiots! You stupid idiots! Let's get into why before this damn thing shuts off. It is literally pouring down rain out here, but you guys don't care because you're like, oh, Michael, I don't care. I don't care, Michael. I don't care, Michael. I'm in my parents' basement surrounded by Cheetos, Michael. I don't care. Yeah, you don't care. You don't care. It's quite apparent. You don't clamor for quality, and it's so incredibly sad. You don't clamor for quality, and it's so incredibly sad. When are you going to wake up and smell the coffee and realize it's over? The Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered, folks at home. Check this out. Let's go ahead and break this down, okay? Let's go ahead and break this down. If you're not ready, too fucking bad. Because right here, right now, we're going to break it down. The Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered. Okay? First of all, biggest problem right off the bat, on PC anyway, you have Dunvo DRM, okay? Callisto Protocol on PC, Dunvo DRM, bro. Okay, you want to defend that? That's fine with me. Nonetheless, that's the reality of the situation, okay? You got animations that are exclusive to the season pass. Everyone's getting their ass worked up over this. I have no idea why. There are exclusive animations for the season pass. That's what's happening here with the Callisto Protocol, okay? Now, you could argue that they're not. You could argue that they haven't been pulled out of the main game, but we don't know that, okay? We're just taking Glenn's word. I'm literally out here in a snowstorm, bro. Didn't think this was going to happen, otherwise we wouldn't have been live. Nonetheless, that's the reality of the situation. Dunvo DRM, and you have exclusive animations that are in that season pass. That's the reality of the situation. Now, of course, the big question is, were they pulled out of the main game? Glenn says no. Everyone agrees. We just don't know, okay? We just don't know because the game isn't available until December 2nd, okay? Now, with that said, let's continue. You have a difficulty mode behind the season pass. You have a difficulty mode behind the season pass, and it's so incredibly sad. Let's go, 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 let's go. You have a difficulty mode behind the season pass, okay? So you have Dunvo DRM. You have DLC animations, okay? We're talking exclusive animations that haven't even been created yet. We're talking exclusive animations that haven't even been created yet, and they're trying to sell you on something that hasn't even been formulated. I don't know why that works, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Glenn and his team can do what they want. Nonetheless, at the end of the day, this is the reality of the situation, and it's what you need to know and understand. Do not buy the Callisto Protocol. Dunvo DRM. Dunvo DRM. DLC animations. DLC animations. DLC difficulty. Okay? This is just the tip of the iceberg. Because there's DLC game mode. There's an exclusive horde mode. There's an exclusive horde mode. There's an exclusive horde mode. You're not listening. You're not listening. All of this is exclusive to the season pass. It is not included in the base game. All of it is included in the season pass. It is exclusive to the season pass. Exclusive animations, exclusive difficulty, exclusive game mode. All right there within the season pass, not a part of the main game. Not a part of the main game. We're talking about the review embargo until release day. We're talking about the review embargo until release day, but you guys don't care because you're like, oh, Michael, what you talking about there, buddy? Literally no reviews. Literally no reviews until December 2nd. Do you understand what that means? It's over. That's what it means, and it's so incredibly sad. Long cutscenes. This is yet another movie game, and it's so incredibly sad. Low enemy variety based off of what we've seen thus far, okay? Low enemy variety based off of what we've seen thus far. far, and it's so incredibly sad, folks at home. Forced melee combat, okay? Forced melee combat. It's so incredibly sad. Only 4 guns supposedly here in the Callisto Protocol. Only 4 guns here supposedly in the Callisto Protocol. That could be wrong, and I hope it certainly is. Nonetheless, last but not least, around 12 hours long, okay? These are the problems. These are the concerns. The computer is starting to act up, folks. We're going to have to wind this down here. It just wasn't meant to be. But nonetheless, these are the concerns. These are the problems here with the Callisto Protocol. Dunvo DRM, DLC animations, DLC difficulty, DLC game mode. Review embargo is not up until release day. Long cutscenes, low enemy variety, forced melee combat, only 4 guns supposedly, and around 12 hours long. Now, if you think that looks like the best thing since sliced bread, then by all means, rush out to the GameStop today. Rush out to the GameStop today and pre-order the Callisto Protocol. But if you're clamoring for quality, if you're clamoring for Glenn to bring something new to the table, I think you're going to have to wait on that. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, these are major concerns, in my opinion, for the Callisto Protocol. We're less than a week away, and there is going to be no reviews, okay? There's going to be no reviews until the goddamn game drops on Friday, December 2nd, and it is so incredibly sad. So again, to recap here, you have Dunvo DRM on PC, okay? You have DLC animations. These are exclusive animations for the Season Pass holders. You have DLC difficulty. You have the exclusive game mode. Okay, these are all exclusive things for the Season Pass. These are all exclusive things for the Season Pass. Animations, difficulty, game mode, all of these things for the Season Pass. The review embargo is not up until release day. There's long cutscenes, low enemy variety, forced melee combat, only 4 guns in the game, supposedly. And last but not least, around 12 hours long. It's quite clear, folks at home, that the Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered! But you don't care because you're like, well, Michael, what you talking about there, buddy? Hell, you ain't nothing but a clown, Michael. That's right, Michael. I'm fixing to come over there and I'm fixing to put my boot up your ass. How dare you don't like something that I like? That's just a weird human being. Shut up! Is the Callisto Protocol going to be Game of the Year? That's what I'm talking about, Ben. You're based. Is Glenn hot? Should I buy the Dead Space remake over the Callisto Protocol? Ben! Should I buy the Callisto Protocol over the Dead Space remake? Ben! Should I buy the Dead Space remake over the Callisto Protocol? You're going off the damn script, you piece of shit! Yeah, you want to sit there and chill. Hey, Ben, are you a shill? Ben, are you a Callisto Protocol shill? Ben, are you a Callisto Protocol shill? Are you a Dead Space remake shill? You're not answering, and it's so incredibly sad. It's so incredibly sad. They don't want to listen, and it's so incredibly sad, and as such, we're leaving. We're done. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, but it's quite clear once again that the Callisto Protocol didn't just die. It was murdered.